Bird Barrier is very excited to introduce a new line of live cage traps. Pigeon traps that have a very interesting set of features. First of all, this one, as you see here, has a shade. A metal frame which is removable, can be hinged up and down for access, or it can be locked in place using these simple spring clips, as you see here. So now, first thing is, this metal shade or this black shade on the roof is not going to go anywhere. The shade, of course, makes it more humane for the birds to be inside and keeps them cool, and that is part of one of the goals of this. The other is that inside here you can see we have 2 water chambers and a food chamber that are accessible from 2 different sides of this trap. These can be replaced quite easily. This door hinges up and they lift out of here. The modules can lift out. So now not only are you providing shade and shelter for the birds, you're also providing food and water for them. This is a very large trap, and it features 6 doors, 3 on each end. And you'll notice that instead of bobbing rods that hang down, this one actually has panels of the metal mesh that is made up of the trap that are panels that hang down, and they can't go far enough aside to be bypassed. You'll also notice that we have these little door guards installed here, so the birds cannot even get around behind this to open up the door. So on this large trap here, there are 6 doors all configured the same way. Now up on the top at each end, same release mechanism, is a medium-sized door to retrieve the birds. So there are 2 retrieval doors on the top. There are 3 traps in this family, actually 4, I'll tell you about another one in a minute, but there are 3 that are similar. All these traps have the same hingeable and removable shade cloth. They all have the same door construction, and they all have water and food dispensers inside. The one on the bottom is 10 inches high, 24 inches wide, and 48 inches long for a capacity of 20 to 30 birds. The 2 traps on the top are 8 inches high, 16 wide, and 35 inches long, and they each have 3 or 4 doors depending on whether you put in the food and water dispenser. The nice thing about this one right here in the middle is that it actually collapses to a flat position. Remove the food and water dispenser, undo these small white clips on the corner here, and this trap will then fold down to a flat position. Expert trappers who have used these traps have told us they are very effective, very efficient. Doors are secure. They love the shade feature, the water and food, and you will do very well with these traps. The last trap in the new family is this big one, which is 10 high, 24 wide, and 36 inches long. And of course, like the other traps, it features the hingeable, removable shade cloth. But this trap has a wonderful feature. As you can see, on this roof, it has legs that are mounted to it that can be adjustable. And the way that works is you have these small brackets here on each corner, and these can be relocated to different parts of the trap. These galvanized tubes slide in and out, up and down, and then you tighten this little bolt right here to adjust the height of the leg. Again, you can see it sliding up and down to whatever height you need. You can put them on 2 sides, 3 sides, 4 sides, and it comes with 4 of the legs. 2 of the short ones and 2 of the long ones, as you can see right here. So this can go on a slanted roof, a roof peak, whatever the case. Now, of course, if this is up on a slanted roof, the birds are not going to fly right into the door. They need some kind of a staging platform. So this trap offers something very cool. These little front porches, if you will. And they can be locked down using the same hooks, so they are locked open, right like that. The birds land on these porches, and then they can walk right in either of the doors. These porches are featured on all 4 sides of this trap, and this trap has 6 doors, 2 on the long sides and 1 on each short side. So that's a very nice feature. And one last thing I want to show you, I've mentioned these things can be removed. You simply unhook the 2 latches on the far side and unhook this part, and you can remove these if you don't want them to be on the traps for any reason, whatever the case. Now, one last message of warning: when you put traps up on sloped roofs, slanted roofs, they should be secured in case of strong wind. So use a piece of net cable or string or rope or whatever it takes, or a piece of chain, to secure these so they don't blow off and hurt somebody on the ground.